Hello, good morning. Welcome to the Circle of Alchemy Sisters. I am Dedra. I'm here with my co-host, the beautiful Kristi Lynn. We were having our morning meeting and we were talking about this space between becoming. So I'm going to hand it over to Kristi and we're just going to get into this.
Yeah. Okay, so the space between becoming is exactly where we are right now, right? As a human species, as an evolutionary species, we are literally in right now the space between becoming, okay? And there is a difference in vibrations with people who, goosebumps everywhere, know that they're in the space and people who don't know they're in the space, right? Because it can feel very confusing. Now, to be a high vibrational person does not mean that I'm channeling already. This is going to be a powerful episode. To be a high vibrational person does not mean that you have to be aware of spirituality or of the high vibration. Some people are naturally high vibrational people, and that's why they struggle so much with the world that's going on around them, because they feel a certain way and they can't understand why things around them could be so bad, why people could behave so badly. They don't understand. And if they were to take a step into the spiritual realm, it might help them understand and feel a bit better about the situation, right? When you are a quote unquote, they're bringing up the word muggle, right? When you're like a muggle, when you feel like you're a muggle, right? None of you are muggles. You are all magical creatures, every single one of you. But when you feel like you're just a regular human here living on this earth and you're experiencing all of these shifts and transformations, constant tingling in my crown chakra, by the way, it just like won't stop. So we have a new channel, and we discussed it before we started recording. I'm channeling someone new today that the team brought through, and my crown chakra will not stop tingling. So that's exciting. What was I saying? Remind me so I can pick it up, please. Stepping into the spiritual realm as a muggle. Right? Okay, so if you are a regular person and you don't have sort of the spiritual knowledge, because that's what it is. When you wake up, right, you're functioning as a regular human in the matrix, right? And then something triggers you and you sort of wake up and you start seeing things. Your third eye starts to open. It's a little crusty at first, and you start to open and you start to see things, but you question them and they sort of freak you out, so you go right back into the matrix, right? That fear is what needs to keep questioning it, keep expanding, because once you grasp the idea that there is a matrix here, okay, we are living inside of a matrix. The human earth is a matrix. It is programmed to do certain things. It is programmed to hold certain energies. And the goal is to wake up to the matrix and create your own life within the matrix, right? We then can go back to the matrix and pluck the things out that we want to use for us. Instead of the matrix controlling us and ruling us, we're in control of our own lives, and we can grab things out of the matrix that we want to play with and we want to create with, and we can bring them into our world. So once we wake up to that fact and we know that all of these things are going on around us, it's easier to work through all of the things that are happening. Because once we know that there are energetics taking place, I'm not in the matrix anymore, so that means I'm living and I'm participating here in this new earth. In this new earth, there are a bunch of universal secrets that humans don't know and haven't used before. But here we are bringing forward these tools for people to use, right? It's a tool to it's a tool to know that you can create exactly what type of life you want to live, right? But also know that there are certain energetics coming down onto the earth to help us transform into the way that our blueprint was created, right? We each have a blueprint when we came down. That's why we have the astrological, we have a birth chart. That's our blueprint. We are here to experience certain things. We are here to go through certain things. We are here to experience certain things. But not everything is on the blueprint. There is room for magic. Right? And that's when we can bring in this universal magic and create things alongside of going with the blueprint that is created for us. All we have to do is really just follow the energetics that are going on, right? If there is a full moon, tune into the full moon. What kind of energies is it bringing through? What kind of triggers are you experiencing? What kind of emotions are you feeling? That's how you tune into the full moon. Usually your emotions are going to be matching the energetic description of what the full moon is bringing for you. Right now, let's talk about what's going on still. We are shedding, right? There are triggers happening for everyone all over the planet. It is the last final days for us to bring attention to the things that are going to hold us back when we go in to this whole new energetic cycle that is about to happen. So, I got really excited there. Do you have anything to add to that? Do you have anything to experience? You experienced something this last week.
So, to go along with the shedding, yes. For a year, we have been talking about codependency. It's been a theme of pretty much all of our videos that we have recorded. And I always considered it to be like...
Not for you.
Yes. I mean, I didn't completely understand what codependency meant. I thought it was like being codependent on a person, but it's not. It's literally like seeking validation or approval from other people outside of yourself, friends, relying on certain behaviors or the way people respond to you to feel a certain way. It could be like the people pleasing constantly, feeling good if you're helping people, if you're being productive, just wanting everybody else to be happy, to have a sense of self-worth. And I recognized that with a certain situation that happened that brought me into that awareness. And then it was like the breakthrough of breakthroughs. We talked about how I realized control was a theme of my life, but codependency is also wrapped up in control. And so I'm like, so it was like the bigger picture. And so I recently developed that awareness this weekend. And been working through it.
Yes. And that's exactly like the universe, your blueprint, your guides, they're all in unison to make sure that you're going to be able to fulfill what you came here. They're your support system, right?
Yep.
So as much as you're like, what the hell, guys? Like, why are you letting all this stuff happen to me? They're sitting back saying, girl, we have to do this. We have to do this. This is for you.
Well, and that's the thing, because I have always asked you. I'm always coming to you to find out answers to my questions, and you would always bring up codependency, but you would never tell me why or what the heck I was codependent. Like, you would never tell me because they wouldn't tell you. And then I had that moment where it all made sense and the puzzle pieces were finally fitting together, and now I'm able to work through that, and I don't have to go to you for answers, because I know if I just let go of control and just allow myself to receive, that all the answers are always given to us. We just have to be self-aware as we are receiving them.
Okay, and perfect example of that is also what you did last week. Did you say you sat in your room and you talked to yourself, and then once you woke up from that little talk, you did not have any recollection of what you said?
Not all of it, no.
Which is channeling, right? When we speak things. Now, this happens in our regular lives every day. We're always channeling. It's just that we're not aware that we're channeling. In those moments when your mouth is flowing and the words are just coming to you without pause, right?
Yes. That's
channeling, right? And then after you're done, that person that you're talking to or the situation is like, oh my gosh, that was really good advice. Thank you. And you're like, I don't even remember what I said.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And that's channeling. We all have the ability to do it. And I've been telling you and telling you and telling you, and you found it, right?
Yes.
And that's what happens with spirit. When we unlock certain things, other things in our life will fall into place, right? I remember I went through a situation I was learning, and it had to do with codependency. It was being loved in the silence, right? Being loved in the silence. I'm going through a situation. I'm learning how to be loved in the silence. I don't need to be paid attention to constantly to feel loved. All of these things, right? When I finally grasped it, right? I grasped that lesson. I finally was like, I am still loved in the silence. And I actually felt that I had moved through that lesson. All of a sudden, about 3 or 4 things just boom, 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 unlocked. And I could see so much more clearly things that I was not able to see before. And that's how, it's like I'm telling you, it's a matrix. There are codes, and like you unlock one thing and then other things are unlocked. It's a video game, it all happens just like that.
That is perfectly explained, because that's literally what it feels like.
Yeah. It's exactly how it works. And that's why I'm here, and literally I've been preaching so hard for triggers and triggers and triggers and triggers. Like, I don't know how many episodes we've been talking about triggers.
Yeah.
But it's like the final call. It's like the final boarding pass for New Earth. Are you ready? Are you paying attention to your triggers? Are you not just paying attention to them, but actually being aware that they exist? Are you trying to figure out where they came from? Are you trying to be aware when you are triggered and make different decisions? You also had a moment this week where you were very triggered, and you knew that in that very moment you were in a tower moment, and it was up to you to make the decision that you always make or make a different one, and you succeeded in that tower moment also, right?
Yes.
You had a very big week.
Very big week. There was a lot going on. But you know what? The thing is through each one of these triggers, and really self-reflecting and being aware of how you're processing it and how you're working through it at the time it's happening is a big thing. And I lost a lot of battles before I finally won this one. So
that's so exciting.
I listen to we come here and we talk about our experiences, and I listen to you, and I'm like, I'm gonna get it. Like, every time you succeed, I'm like, I'm getting there, and then finally I'm able to share a successful story. and it's a week before the fire horse, and I feel like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Yeah. It's exciting. It's very exciting. Okay, so I'm just going to blank out my mind and tune in and see what else we got going on here. And I think I'm going to do a direct channel. I feel like that's coming in. So this morning in my meditation, I channeled a new friend, entity, energy, and I dissected the energy, felt the energy, and we came to the conclusion that I am channeling an extraterrestrial from Sirius B. She feels very energetic. She feels very exciting. She feels very supportive, and that surprised me because I have channeled extraterrestrials from Sirius A, and they feel very highly emotionally intelligent. They don't feel as playful, and they're very serious. They're loving, they're kind, they're emotionally intelligent, very strong and grounded. They were the ones that were always teaching about the roots, and I looked right in front of me and there's this
root,
your background, tree. So this beautiful energy is female energy, And she's very excited and she's very happy and she's very cheerleader-esque, but she is going to bring through, I'm sure, energies of the final push and keep going. So we'll see what happens. She's saying, thank you, Kristi, for that lovely introduction. I am here, yes, to talk about the final push, but I am also here to express the joy I feel that and the privilege I have to work with the human race. I am just so giddy, as you can, she's saying, like, you can feel it and you can see it. I feel giddy. That's what she feels. She feels exciting. She feels happy. And like my whole body, you can't see it on the camera, but my like whole body is moving around. My legs are twitching. I'm like, her energy is so, my body can't handle it, right? That's why everybody's like, I want to meet an extraterrestrial. I want to know that it's real. Your body couldn't handle being next to one, okay? I'm just channeling one. You know how she's like billions of light years away. I'm just channeling her energy and my body is reacting. So, all right. And she's saying, yes, Kristi, thank you again for that beautiful explanation. Our energies, our energy systems are very different, and it is true, I do have to lower my energetic systems to even communicate with you, but that does not mean that as a human race you are all low vibratory. It just means that you have your physical bodies have not evolved to the point where you can handle the higher vibrations, which is why the New Earth Project is such a beautiful thing that is happening. You humans deserve everything that happiness is, everything that joy is, everything that child bewilderment and wonder and play is. But because there has been this very low vibratory frequency conditioning, programming happening to you, you are not able to express and be and do and share all of the things that your spirits and your bodies are capable of. So even though I have to lower my vibrations to speak through you, it is still such a beautiful thing that this physical body can handle these vibrations, because many, many years ago, this was not able to happen. Okay, I'm just going to explain what she's talking about. She's talking about, like, back in the day, there were sleeping prophets. There were all the prophets, the Seth, and I can't remember all of their names right now, but the oracles, the fortune tellers, the people, they all had to do it basically sleeping, right? They couldn't do it awake. Like, they would have to lay down, and that's where they got all of the channels from, right? They're saying that human evolution has happened so fast and so quickly that we are now able to walk around and just talk all the time. It's not sucking. So that's like the example of human evolution that she's talking about. She's talking about your bodies couldn't handle this energy 30, 40 years ago. Now you're walking and talking and feeling energies and translating them. So she's saying human evolution works very fast. And she's saying she's so excited and she's so happy to be a part of this. She is very honored. She's very honored. Now I will, I want to bring up, because I'm thinking about it. Before we started recording, I channeled something about our guides coming in. And they said, this sounds weird, but I channeled that there was a new energy coming forward, and they told her to stick to the script, stick to the blueprint. And what that means is she is so highly intelligent, that it is so important that she keeps her information on a human level so that it can be heard by the people it needs to be heard by, right? They're saying stick to the script. We know that you have so much beautiful information to bring through to the humans. And in due time, you will allow that information to come through. But right now, the humans can only handle so much. They can only grasp, they can only understand a certain amount of things. So they're telling this a very high vibrational, highly intelligent extraterrestrial to keep it to the script. Only talk about the things that are in the contract for this moment right now, because that's the only thing that is important right now. And it is frequency and it is vibrations, right? So she's saying, yes, thank you again. She's also saying that words are see, she's doing it again. She can't describe certain things. There's not words for them, right? She's downloading energy into me. She's not talking into my ear and telling me what words to say. I'm channeling, right? So she's downloading frequency and energy into me, and it's like my body, my spirit, whatever it is, my neurological system translates what she's downloading to me. But certain things are hard for her to explain in human language, and that's when I bounce out of the trance channeling and I say, here's what she's trying to say. She doesn't know what the human word for it is or the human explanation for it. She's just downloading energy. So when I snap out and I'm me again and I'm saying, okay, she's saying this, that's what I'm doing. I'm describing things that she can't, because she's not a human and she doesn't have the translations. She's just giving me frequency.
Okay, that's amazing.
Okay. Do you have any questions right now?
Not
no.
yet. No.
You're like, let's go. I'm so excited. Okay. And she's saying, yes, again, thank you so much for that lovely description. It's so nice to have such a expansive partner. She's saying that our energies work really well together, and again, she's just very blessed and happy to be here. And she's saying frequencies. Let's talk frequencies. Let's talk about low frequency versus high frequency and the way that you can feel the difference. And that's the thing we want to stay out of, is that low frequency that you exist in, that hurts your body. We are in constant pain. We are in constant sorrow. We are in constant states of anxiousness. That is a low vibration. When we are laughing and singing and dancing and smiling, when you're not even thinking about anything, your face just naturally forms into a smile, high vibration. So now that we know the difference, how do we stay inside the high vibrations? And that is doing exactly what is causing the high vibrations. Whatever you're doing in that moment that is making you feel such elation and such joy, that is a high vibration activity that you need to keep doing. For some it is dancing, for some it is singing, for some it is baking, for some it is coloring, for some it is chanting, for some it is meditating. It is whatever joy you feel at that moment that is making you feel so happy. That is a high vibrational moment. Those are the things and the moments that you need to recreate over and over. And at first it may be just one high vibratory moment that you must recreate and repeat over and over and over. But once you get into that high vibrational frequency and once you get into the frequency, it is harder for you to fall out. In the beginning, you will go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. But once you continue going over and over, the things that bring you joy, the things that bring you happiness, the things that bring you excitement, the things that bring you giggles, you continue to do those things. You don't have to go back to the third dimensional vibrations anymore. You will continue to stay in this higher vibration. So, not to say that you will not ever go back down to the low vibrations. You were programmed so deeply for centuries. Your breed, your species has been born into low vibrations. So it is very natural for you to go back there. But as long as you are aware that you are now visiting, these vibrations. You are visiting this matrix. You are visiting these places. They are not serving you any longer, and you do not live here anymore, but you are only visiting these people, places, things, and situations, and we rise back into the things that bring us joy. It is being completely aware that there is a matrix going on, that there is low vibrations going on, and even though I can go down and I can visit these low vibrations, I do not have to live there anymore because I know how to get myself out of them. And the ego is what keeps us from experiencing these things. When we are in these moments, it is very easy for us to relax our ego and not listen to the things that the ego says. But when we are in these low vibratory, ego-programmed, matrix-programmed ways of living, it is very easy for our ego to keep us from experiencing these things that bring us joy. You know that when you are in this low vibratory place, all you would need to do is turn on the music, sing, and dance, and your vibrations would be higher. You know that, but your ego says, even though I know this will happen, I am still not going to do it. And that is the battle between the ego and the soul. Eventually, the soul and the ego will merge. The yin, the yang, the masculine, the feminine, the balance of everything. That is the goal of a human, not to be completely spiritual all the time, not to live in the matrix, but to find the balance and live equally in both energies so that they can provide you everything that you desire and deserve. Do we have any questions at this moment? Jesus, I'm not even facing the camera.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Let's I don't even know what's happening right now. Okay. Vibrations,
and how we are learning to balance energies, and how we'll bounce back and forth between high frequency and low frequency, and we're learning balanced between both.
Okay, is there anything that she said that you have questions
about? I have no questions.
No?
Like, I understood everything she was saying.
Okay, that's good. That's really good. Okay, let's just tune back in and see what else is happening. Thank you, Kristi, for allowing me back in. I really do love the energetic presence that not only your frequency holds, but this studio in general holds. And she's saying something about the supernatural activities that are always caught on the cameras, which is really funny because I was just showing AJ the videos this morning. It's funny that she brought them up. And she's saying because I was there. Of course she was. Of course she was. Yes, that was at my meditation time. Yes. Okay, she's talking to me now. Let's delete. Okay. High vibrations, low vibrations, high frequency, low frequency, fifth dimension, third dimension. And she's saying, is the picture becoming clear? Is it easy for me to describe these things, and is it easy for you to grasp them and understand them and see them? She wants to know if she's explaining everything so that you are able to see. And she's saying not just you as a high vibrational, high consciousness, but do you think that I am explaining things in words that maybe even people who are not aware of the things going on are going to be able to see, hear, and feel? Or do I need to bring it through in another way?
I mean, I understood everything she's saying, but I get what the question is.
She says she wants to reach mass audiences. She wants to reach as many people as possible. So she wants to make sure that she is describing things that everyone can understand.
Okay, so when we're jumping into, I think she did the 5D pretty much perfectly, which is the dancing, anything that makes you happy, all the things that you find joy in, having more of those experiences. But the visiting the 3D or going back down to the third dimension, experiencing those feelings. What could be some examples of how to jump out of that mindset into the happiness?
Doing those things.
Yeah.
That's it. And that's what she was talking about. The ego stops you from doing those things. Like when you're in a low vibration, I know personally, like when I'm annoyed, when I'm cranky, when I'm tired, whatever, I know that there are certain things that if I did them, I would be in a better mood and I would feel better. But my ego is just like, nah, stay here, have a day off. You don't have to be happy all the time, right? Yeah. But I do know that there are certain things that if I do, I'll be put in a higher frequency. It's just that my ego is saying, nah, just stay here. And sometimes it wins, right? Sometimes I'm like, okay, I'll be lazy and I'll just lay around and feel sorry for myself. Or sometimes I'm like, no, fuck you, ego. I'm going to put on some Whitney Houston and I'm going to dance with somebody, right? So it's knowing what gets you to these higher places. When you're experiencing these joyful things, take a mental note. Again, so much awareness has to be put into play. We are living in the present moment, and we are being aware of the things and the thoughts and the feelings that we're having, and we're working through them. That's how we heal. That's how we ascend. We're hearing, we're seeing, we're feeling things, we're experiencing things.
So, like some examples we're talking about, like the third dimension can look like, like paying attention to all the political stuff that's coming out, things that make you feel sad, that keep you just feeling like you're just in the slump. It makes you feel sluggish. You're so focused on all the trauma that you're seeing around you, whether it's through social media, through the new, just whatever. Get out of that.
Part of the matrix programming.
Yeah.
All of that is part of the matrix programming. It is designed to keep you in a low vibration. It is doing exactly what its job is. All right. And we are supposed to tune out of that. Yes. That does not exist in the world that I choose to live in. I'm here creating a new earth where we are expanding ourselves and we are doing better for humanity. Yes. We are no longer going to allow our brothers and sisters and friends to suffer. We're the light warriors. We're going forward and we're saying we're not going to participate in this. It's okay if you want to participate in this, but I'm going to participate in this over here because it's expansive and it's beautiful and it's wonderful. And it's like living in Oz versus Kansas. I couldn't remember. Okay, so it's like living in black and white versus color, right? The matrix is the black and white. The living in the matrix, programming into the matrix, believing everything that the matrix tells you. There are some people who are so good at the matrix. They're so good. They're professionals, right? They do everything the right way. They experience everything the way that humans are programmed to experience things. And some of them, they're happy sometimes, right? Sometimes they're happy, right? But most of the time, they're stressed. They're stressed because it was designed to keep us that way, right? It was designed, the players, the main players in the Matrix that are very good at playing the Matrix. They went to school, they went to college, they got married, they had kids, they got a job, they've been working, and they retired, all these things, they have a vacation home, all these things. That's Matrix. That's Matrix. And yes, they're retired now and they get to hang out and they get to relax. But for their whole entire life, they mostly lived in these low vibrations because they were so stressed out, because you're taught that you have to have retirement fund and you have to have this and you have to have that and you have to be completely prepared for when you get older so that you can retire, because you're not going to have any money when you retire. Right? I gotta save. So I scrounge and I work and I stress and I forget that I'm here to enjoy life. Right? So that's the matrix part that we're trying to, as New Earth leaders, break out of. And it goes against everything that we've been taught. And people look at us like we're crazy. Like, you're not saving for retirement. You don't have this. You don't have that. It's scary to people, You don't have a 40-hour-a-week job. Like, what are you doing? You don't have insurance. You don't have all these things. Like, Matrix. And I know it seems very, very crazy to them, but I'm here to lead a new earth. I'm here to create a new thing. This system is falling apart, and I am here to create a new system. And I know it seems crazy. I know it does. But like, somebody's got to do something at some point, right? And that's what we're here to do. Yes. That's why we all knew we were here. We were coming here to do this exact same thing. It was our mission. It was in our blueprint. You know, like, we were supposed to come here and fight the Matrix, but not fight the Matrix with hate. Mm-mm. We fight the Matrix with love, right? Absolutely. We understand that the Matrix is here to teach us. It is part of Earth School. It is programmed. This is deep, deep programming. Are they trying to raise the vibrations of the Matrix? Yes. The Matrix is a very low vibratory place. Could the Matrix use some leveling up? Absolutely. But first, it takes us to start the new Earth. Mm-hmm. Right? We're going to start the new Earth, and we're going to inspire all these people to raise their vibrations, and then the Matrix vibrations get raised.
I gotcha.
Yeah. So I want to, they're bringing through Earths, like, and they're saying, like, they're not all Earths, but there's planets that there are other Earth schools on. Okay? This Earth, not necessarily Earth School. They're saying, like, there's other planets that you go to learn certain things, to evolve certain things. There's other planets. Earth is a very hard planet. It's a very, you don't just go to Earth, right? You gotta earn your Earth privileges, right? Because it's hard. Like, you won't survive in Earth. Are you kidding me? You have never been to Earth before. You've never experienced Earth before, and you want to go to Earth? Are you kidding me? Like, it's a big thing. So Earth is a planet where we came to raise the vibrations so that the frequency is not so low, and we can present other opportunities for other souls to experience life here. There's a lot of souls who want to experience life on Earth, but they can't handle it right now. So there's so many things going on with Earth right now. It's like, I've channeled a lot about prophecy over and over and over again. And I don't exactly know what the prophecy is, but I have channeled about the prophecy. And it's almost like all of these tiny little things converge into one. You know, like, everything is connected. Like, Mother Earth is ascending, and the frequency is ascending, and the Matrix is ascending, and humanity is evolving. Like, everything is happening right now as we speak.
That's amazing. So if you were to be asked what the prophecy is, would they tell you?
I don't know.
Because you have channeled this. Like, there's a prophecy being fulfilled right now. Mm-hmm. And I felt like at the time that if I was to ask, that it wouldn't have been mentioned. But, like, since you're bringing it up again, would they tell you?
Yeah, why would they talk about it over and over and over again and not tell me?
So what is the prophecy?
Okay, let's see. What is the prophecy? Okay, so the girl that we're channeling is saying, that's not in my contract.
Yeah, that's not in the script.
They specifically told her to stick to the script. That's funny. I wonder if they knew we were going to bring up the prophecy, and that's why they said that.
Yeah, you know what? That would be so freaking awesome.
Okay, so let's see if I can get answers from anywhere else. And I can see Avon, who is my Pleiadian contact, and he's like, no. Not today. That's not what this is about. We don't want to divert attention away from the lessons, the very important and valuable lessons that are being taught today, which are vibrations and frequency, keeping yourselves out of the Matrix, being aware that the Matrix is here, being aware that the Matrix is here to hold you down, to keep you low vibratory, and knowing that if you feel yourself lifting out of the Matrix, it's exactly where you're supposed to be. There are thousands and thousands and thousands of starseeds here lifting out of the Matrix right now as we speak. Do not be fearful. No fear. There is no fear on the new earth, there is nothing to fear on the new earth. You are here to create a sort of no fear zone. So once you get into those high vibratory feelings, those high vibratory emotions, and you continuously over and over and over expose yourself to high vibratory people, high vibratory living, high vibratory fruits, vegetables, high vibratory food, you are creating then the exact new earth that you have been sort of prophesizing about for going on a year now. So you're living in the prophecy. The prophecy has been told for millennia, but know that the things that you are experiencing the prophecy right now as we speak. And as a starseed, you know the prophecy. You knew the prophecy before you came here to exist on earth. So deep within you, you already know the prophecy. You do not need to be told the prophecy. Just know that you are here to live it out. And that is exactly what you are doing. So congratulations. Humanity is doing exactly as it is supposed to do. We do not want to have any doom and gloom. We don't want to have, say, any fear. We don't want to instill any fear. You are moving forward from this moment in complete confidence that you are here to do exactly what you came here to do, which is exist in high vibrations. And that is it. Take the pressure off yourself. Everything else will flow to you. You are here to experience joy. You are here to experience pleasure. You are here to experience happiness. Program your mind to believe those things instead of replaying all the things that the Matrix has instilled in you. Your Matrix, your blueprint has instilled certain lessons in your energetic systems, and when you become high vibratory, when you become higher consciousness, you start to untangle and unravel all the low vibratory things that you experienced, and you understand why you had to experience those things. So then in turn you are set free from their limitations. This is the new earth. It is available for everyone. All you have to do is bring attention and awareness to your triggers, to your situations, to the matrix, to the programming, to the people, places, and things surrounding you that possess the low vibrations, and learning to, when you are in process of expanding your vibrations, staying keeping discernment of whether you know that this situation is healthy for you or not, and not exposing yourselves to unhealthy situations out of obligation or habit. It is okay to say no when something is unhealthy for you. In all meaning of the word. It is okay for you to simply say, no, thank you, I am not interested in that. And move on. And there are so many people in the world that are existing and living and repeating things out of not only habit, but comfortability. This is just what we do over and over and over again. And know that it is now time for you to speak your truth and say, I do not want to participate in this anymore, and I am not going to participate in this anymore. And no is a complete and full sentence. I do not have to participate in anything that makes me feel yucky, bad about myself. And when I am feeling these yucky, bad emotions, I am bringing to my awareness what I am feeling, why I am feeling it, and I am dissecting these emotions, and that is how we expand. That is how we move into the new earth. We are learning all the things as to why we behave certain ways, why we do certain things, why we experience certain things, and once we figure out what the key is to unlock those codes, we are then able to ascend to a new level where there are different lessons. Lessons are not always miserable. Lessons are not always bad. Lessons can be learned in good, healthy situations. It's just when you exist in a low vibratory situation, your lessons are also going to be low vibratory. When you are living in a high vibratory situation, your lessons will then be high vibratory. Are there any questions?
No.
man, I am on it today. This is crazy.
This is really good.
Ooh, I am already starting to get a headache. I feel lightheaded. There's so much energy coming through me. That was Avon. So Avon is our 5th dimensional New Earth leader. Please a Pleiadian. And I have been in contact with Avon for years now. I brought him through to you. I brought him through the podcast. So Avon, I haven't channeled him in a while, but he's very serious right now. He's like saying like, don't you get it?
Yes.
It's so simple. It's so simple. Crack the code. Crack the code. Wake up to the matrix. Do not allow the programming to rule you anymore. You are a starseed. Step out of that and create the life that you've always dreamed of with your words, with your actions, with your vibrations, with your emotions. Stop letting your emotions create your world and take control of your emotions, emotional regulation, and create the world you want to exist in instead.
Yes, and that's been a lesson that we've been learning and changing for at least a year and a half, for me anyway. And it's not an overnight thing. It is a process, but it starts with awareness. Awareness
is a big one. Awareness of literally everything. Everything. Every emotion you feel, in my body. What is my body telling me? If something happens and you get that, and that happens to me a lot. Every time my gut is triggered that way, I'm like, okay, what did I just hear? What did I just experience? Why am I feeling that?
Yep.
Awareness. I'm completely aware. And I think, even though I'm saying, I've gone through things, this last shedding, right? I have gone through things. I have learned things. I have been through these experiences. I'm so grateful that I'm not going through very hard experiences. Right. And that is because I have been aware and I have been paying attention and I have been growing. The lessons that I'm learning now, the final shedding, aren't that big for me because I have been so aware of the lessons that I need to do.
Absolutely. Like the lessons as I was awakening and raising my vibration when I was still in the low vibrational period in my life, my lessons were a lot harder and it felt like devastating. Like they were extreme, like they triggered fear, all kinds of wounds inside me. And now when I'm, being triggered, it's like the awareness, it's like I'm able to process, I'm able to recognize, and they don't seem as devastating. They seem just like you're just taking a little small test, and I know these answers.
Yes, you got the book. You have the open book right in front of you.
Yeah.
And that's how it's supposed to be. But for those of you who are going through the tough lessons, right? I urge you to be more aware.
Yes.
There's lessons being handed to you all the time, and we're just not aware of them. Every single situation that you go through that triggers you, that is annoying you, that is uncomfortable for you, every single one is a lesson. What are you being taught? You have to be aware of it.
Yes, you can't ignore it.
You can't ignore it.
No, you cannot continue ignoring it.
Because it's not going to go away. You can run away from the situation, but you can't run away from an energetic problem.
No,
if you have an energetic programming in your blueprint that says that you have to learn this specific lesson, the same exact situations for you to learn that lesson are going to keep coming to you over and over and over again your whole life, which is why a lot of people die angry, miserable, and alone. Because they were just handed lesson after lesson after lesson that they were just ignoring and running from and isolating from and saying, no, right? Your energetic frequency depends on whether you are grasping these lessons and learning and growing from these lessons, or staying and repeating the same things over and over. Because I assure you, if you are staying in the cycles over and over and over again, you're not happy, you're not free. It's not true. You're lying to yourself.
And it's going to show up in every area of your life.
And it doesn't mean that you have a miserable life. It's on the inside.
Yes.
You are miserable.
Yes.
On the inside, you're unhappy. On the inside, you have anxiousness. On the inside, you have sadness. On the inside, you have madness. On the inside, you have addictions. You have fears. You have insecurities. You're not living a life of freedom if you have any of those things.
No.
Right? So all your triggers, all your insecurities, all these things are literally trying to teach you something. They are your friends. They are your shadows. Your shadows are your friends, right? Face them, learn from them, grow from them, transform from them, and evolve so that you can live the life that you deserve to live, not the life that the Matrix has programmed you to live in.
Yeah, and don't be scared to do it, because what's the best thing that can happen?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. What's the best thing that can happen? What's the best thing that could happen? That simple phrase can change lives, right? That simple phrase. You just said that. And if someone would, instead of saying, what's the worst that could happen, right? Stop saying that. What's the fucking best that could happen?
Yeah.
What could go right?
What could go right?
Right?
Yes.
What? Show me how good it can get.
Every morning.
Show me how good it can get.
Yep.
Instead of, oh shit, here we go, another day.
I mean, if you start your day out with that attitude, everything wrong is going to come your way that day.
Mm-hmm. And, okay, so let's talk about that. Let's say you start your day bad. Let's say you get up on the wrong side of the bed. I'm cranky today. I didn't sleep good. All these things, right? Instead of allowing that to rule your entire day, pay attention to the little sparkles that are presented to you, because I assure you that even though the universe, you're in a bad vibration, you're in a low vibration, so that means you're going to grumble through your day, and you're going to all your favorite thing at the gas station won't be there, the gas will be out at the pump you pull up to, you'll run out of gas, like low vibrations, because the frequency of the universe is bringing you what you're exerting, right? But that doesn't mean your team is. Your team is up there to keep you happy, to keep you hyped, to keep you going, to keep you energetically. So they're going to send you tiny little things, and it's up to you to notice and help it change your mood.
Yes, because any phrase throughout that day is a reset. You can reset your day at any point in time.
But our egos are so strong and so held in that programming that we would rather be in a bad mood.
Yes.
You know, like a friend says, hey, like, do you want to go do blah, 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 blah? And you've done it before, and it's so fun, and you're going to have such an experience and a pleasurable time, but your ego's like, nah, I'm in a bad mood. I don't want to go anywhere.
God, I remember those days.
You know, you had the opportunity to go change your entire frequency with your beautiful, wonderful friend that you have had beautiful shared experiences with. But instead, your ego's like, nah, I'm just going to isolate. I'm just going to be angry. I'm just going to eat McDonald's. I'm just going to have a frap. I'm going to have a milkshake. I'm going to do every single thing that my egoic low vibrational body is craving, instead of all the things that my soul is telling me to do. And I know you feel them, and I know you hear them, right? Awareness, total and complete awareness. Know when you're self-sabotaging. Know when you're lying to yourself to make you feel better. Be aware of all the lies you tell yourself on a daily basis, right? You lie to yourself all the time just to make yourself feel better.
Girl, yes.
Awareness of it.
Yes.
Awareness of it, right? Face the truth. Face the truth. You'd rather wallow in self-pity than go have a pleasurable, enjoyable experience with someone else. Be aware. Say it out loud, right? Be aware of it and say it. I'm in a shitty mood, and I'd rather lay here and wallow in my self-pity than go have fun somewhere else. Is that a truth for you? Yes? Okay, sometimes we choose. Like, yeah, you're right. I would rather do that. And sometimes we're like, no, I'm not going to let that get to me today. I am going to text that person, and I am going to go experience this because I know it's going to get me out of the funk. But either decision is okay for you to choose, right? Like sometimes maybe we need to feel sorry for ourselves. Sometimes we need a lesson in a bad day. Sometimes, you know?
That's exactly what I was going to say. Sometimes we need those lessons. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, we made it another hour. Is there anything else we want to close with? We are going to have a guest next week.
Yes.
We have Erica Smith coming. She's a tarot reader. She is part of the Cosmic Coven that all of our friends are a part of. So she's going to come here next week. She also does started doing our videos for us, and we love and appreciate her so much.
Yeah, she's a beautiful soul.
She is a beautiful soul, and she's going to come read tarot here next week. So I'm really excited about it. She's so good.
She is.
And then Cosmic Coven is doing a Goddess Cold Plunge February 17th. It's a Tuesday at 11 a.m. And we're going to be out at Twin Bridges, West Plains. Check it out. Follow Cosmic Coven on Facebook. Follow Circle of Alchemy Sisters on Facebook. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed. We love seeing the subscribers go up. We worked so hard to have all of those subscribers, okay? And we definitely love seeing the number grow. So like, subscribe, share. If you've felt anything during this message, please share it to other people who you think would benefit from it. So
absolutely. Thank you for the delightful, beautiful being that came through Sirius B. And it was a pleasure getting to experience a new energy. And thank you for the compliments of our studio. We work really hard to keep the energy beautiful in here.
We do.
So,
we do.
Yeah.
All right. Have a beautiful week. We love you so much.
All right.